Okay, and talking about Bitcoin, Bitcoin's the next story we got up here. And I just kind of wanted to tie this back in. You know, Bitcoin's been in the news lately. If it hasn't been in your news feed, I don't know what's going on, but Bitcoin is on a run. It's around, I think, $17,000. Actually, I haven't seen the price of it today. It could be higher, could be lower, but it was around $17,000, I think, last time I looked at it. And it's charging for that new high around $20,000 a coin. The price might be in here somewhere. It was 19,000 and some change. Yeah, 19,783 was the all-time high back on January 1st, 2017. And the Bitcoin bulls are looking to test that price again and hoping to break through it. So if we do start to see higher highs in Bitcoin and new highs in Bitcoin, look, I remember watching it 3-4 years ago, and when it started to run, when it started to climb up above 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, when it was making those runs, man, it was going up $2,000-$3,000 a day, and it just took off. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that that's potentially gonna happen again. We could get a lot of bears at that high price. You know, maybe some people are still holding on to it that bought it at those high prices a couple years ago, and they're looking to sell. Who really knows what's going to happen with it? But I wanted to bring Bitcoin into the picture because now a lot of people use it as an investment. A lot of people advocate using it as a currency and so on and so forth, a means for payment. But with the Zillennials, when we're talking about these Zillennials and what they're comfortable with, they're comfortable with cryptocurrencies and especially Bitcoin. You know, it's not something that scares them. They're into the mobile payment space. They're into this mobile currency and not worried about the cash in their hand. So, you know, maybe now maybe now's not crypto's time. Who knows? I'm not one to say that it is, one to say that it isn't. But as these Zillennials start to get jobs, as they start to get their incomes, and they start investing, this could be something that really takes off, knowing that they're more comfortable with it. So, Glenn, if you don't have anything else to say on that, I don't know if you want to go back into the...
Oh, yeah, I want to go back into the software because
Okay.
what we're going to do, we didn't have a specific stock to look at. So we're going to look at a watch list that I've created for Trending Thursday called cryptocurrencies.
Crypto stocks, right?
Crypto stocks. Now, the biggest thing, as I saw Ebert say, isn't Bitcoin real speculative play? All right. Let me put that into perspective. Bitcoin has been, or for the longest time since it came out, has been a speculative play. I think a lot of people still don't understand how it all works. But what's happening, what is actually starting to happen is that the bigger names are starting to get into accepting cryptocurrency. As Clay talked about in Square, they're getting on board with it. PayPal, they're getting on board with it. And now we got a bank, JP Morgan Chase, is getting on board with it. So as you get more solidified big names starting to pull and say, you know, we might want to go the Bitcoin route, it's going to start to gain some traction. Now, a lot of you will say, and I always know that there's a lot of people on YouTube who want to hear about Bitcoin all the time. All the time. You see it on the channels. You see it in here. You guys sometimes really want to take over my state, take over this and go, well, I want to talk about Bitcoin. And I've seen conversations in the background talk about Bitcoin. All right, let's talk about it. We have some stocks here in this watch list. We don't have them all. And BTC, which is Bitcoin, is not here. All right. Somebody says, Ebert says, I've seen a number of Bitcoin credit cards. Wow. See, again, it's picking up momentum. But from a speculative view for the stocks that you see here, look at how many are trading below a penny. So from that perspective, is it more of a speculative play? Absolutely. But when you look at a VectorVest watch list, the watch list is always sorted by our master indicator, VST. That looks at the RVRSRT, relative value, relative safety, and relative timing. That indicator is only available in the VectorVest software. The top stock in this crypto stocks is Riot blockchain. All right, look at the VST. Out of the list, there's only 3, and this is 12 stocks that we have in here. There's only 3 stocks that have a VST, a combination of value, safety, and timing above the value of 1. ROIT, BTBT, and Mara. All right, and I know Riot and Mara, 2 of the bigger names in here besides BTC. But look at that. 2 of them, Riot and Mara, are both buy recommendations. Notice that both of them are above the value of $1. We talked about what relative value is, the stock's long-term upside potential. The next indicator we're going to talk about for these stocks is relative safety. Now, relative safety is an indicator of risk. Cast on that scale between 0 and 2. Notice that every stock in this list is risky based on that relative safety.
Yes.
Every single one is below. Does that make it a bad thing? No. But what does it tell me is that they are risky investments. So let's go look at the next indicator, which is RT. Tells you if the stock's in an uptrend or not. Notice that the both of them, and out of the 12, about half of them are in an uptrend with RT above 1, and half of them in a downtrend with RT below 1. So yes, it's a little bit more speculative. But with the news that's out there, as Clayton has brought up with those stories, with the Zillennials wanting to use that, Bitcoin could be on a rise. All right, even if you, so now, if you're a VectorVest subscriber, you want to jump on this, you want to get down on this, yeah, I'm not going to put all of my retirement money behind it.
Please,
but I can take a couple $1,000s to get on board with this, understanding that it is more of a speculative play. As quickly as these stocks go up, is as quickly as they can go down. As long as you understand that and you've got that mindset, you're going to be okay. I'm not throwing my retirement money behind this. But if the phase is kicking off, how about maybe Riot and Mara could be $20, $30 a few months down the line, and VectorVest from that perspective is telling you from the stories that it may not be a bad time to think about these, just invest, trade them appropriately. All right? What you got?
No, I don't know who was saying that they've been seeing a lot of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency credit cards lately, but I've definitely seen those too. I mean, I don't know if I'd get into that, but basically what it is you deposit your money into that cryptocurrency. So you buy that cryptocurrency, and what they call it is like staking. So you basically provide liquidity to that coin, and in return, you're allowed to, you basically get a debit card. You're using that cryptocurrency as your bank. So you deposit, I don't know, let's just say you want to use $1,000. You deposit $1,000 and we'll use Bitcoin. I don't know necessarily if Bitcoin has a credit card like that, but you deposit $1,000 into Bitcoin. Of course, the price fluctuates like it will, but you still have access to your money, and you can go to the store and use your debit card just like you'd be able to use any other debit card at that store, and it withdraws from that fund. So
now, if crypto goes up, does it put more money into your account?
Yeah, you're basically invested into that. So if crypto goes down, your balance is going to go down. If crypto goes up, your balance is going to go up. But what it is, they call it staking, and a lot of, 3 years ago when the craze was going on, everybody was wanting to mine cryptocurrency, right? You wanted to turn your GPUs on. If you had ASIC miners, everybody wanted to mine cryptocurrency to be able to get a hold of it. And I'm not going to lie, I jumped on the bandwagon. I got some miners collecting dust in my basement right now because the coins have come down so far. But the next thing they got now, so mining basically provided you a percentage of, you were earning coins as you were providing their payment system essentially, and, verifying every transaction that took place is what they were using your GPUs and your ASIC miners for. So now, with you being able to provide liquidity, if you give them money, they give you coins and interest in return for you providing liquidity. And yes, some of them have, some of the more stable coins and the coins that have been around for a while, like Ripple and Bitcoin and Tron is another one. I know some of those, they pay lower interest rates, 2, 3, 4, 5%. But a lot of the newer coins that are coming out, and I wouldn't recommend getting into any of the newer coins necessarily, but they're paying 18, 19, 20% interest rates for you staking and providing that proof of stake, which is essentially providing them with liquidity.
See, this is why a difference in age between me and Clayton is so important. Because I didn't know half that crap he just said. Believe you me, I did not know, because I look at it for you guys. I really do. But Clayton has got more of insight on that. And I'm with you. Ebert says, great insight, Clayton. I was starting to read up on mining. And yeah, my head was spinning a little bit. I was like, what, this whole staking but you know something? Yeah. I'm thinking about maybe throwing $1,000 on a card. And if crypto goes up,
yeah,
I make a lot of money. But if it goes down, well, I get smacked around a little bit.
It's an alternative, it's something to look at if you got some extra money and you're thinking, maybe an exciting or new thing or new venture you could learn about and go through that way. I mean, it's something to look at. Proof of stake or staking in different cryptocurrencies is something you could Google or kind of try and figure out, which direction you'd like to go with that.
So Sandy, what did it really tell me? It told me that there is an alternative to get into that crypto space without having to look at Riot or Mara or any of the stocks that are there. It gives me more of an insight to be able to take advantage of it. No, well, you know something? You say you lose your shirt. Why I am emphatically telling you that it is more of a speculative play.
Absolutely.
I have gone out of my way to tell you that. So, again.
I think my dusty miners in the basement would testify to the fact that it's a speculative play. Those coins, they can go up or down and they can move big. So it's definitely something you got to have the stomach for.
And Sandy, it's making news. That's what we're all about, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to the next story, man. Oh, did we look at the graphs?
No, we didn't graph Riot and Mara. You want to graph them?
All right, yeah, I want to graph them real quick. Let's take a look. You lost Mara. That's all right. We'll put it in here.
Okay,
that's all right.
I'll bring it back up.
So give me 3 months.
Where's my? Here we go.
All right, there it is. And as quickly as it can go up, is as quickly as it can go down. All right, and Sandy is right. You could lose your shirt, but you know something? If I look at the stock above that 20-day EMA, I look at the RT above 1, from a VectorVest perspective, you want to learn how to trade these and time them being perspective, being speculative. How about when that RT goes from below 1 to above 1? That could be a good opportunity. Trade it. All right. And,
Absolutely.
Talk about losing your shirt. I don't think you lose your shirt as long as you have tight reins on these, Sandy. That's exactly right. And VectorVest, if you want to be that kind of a speculative trader, VectorVest can help you with that. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go up to in the blank bar and type in Mara for me. And hit enter. Same kind of scenario. When crypto runs, it runs together. When it falls together. But, watching that RT go from below 1 to above 1, and absolutely right, King Metacore, this is trading. This is speculative trading. Absolutely. But we can help. That story comes out, and it's all over YouTube about looking at cryptocurrency. Can we help you with it? Absolutely. But know where you stand and know where your goals are when buying into that. Hey, if you like this content, guess what? You can join us live every Thursday at 2 p.m. here on YouTube. Join VV Nation. We hope to see you there.